Good morning and welcome back to the Porsche Mode channel. The next couple of days you're going to see us continue on with Sam's 991 Gen 2 Turbo, which has got the common issue of turbo failure. On startup there's a lot of smoke pouring out, so you're going to watch us drop that engine out. And then also behind us, this 997 Gen 1 Carrera S, that engine's got to come out as well because the brake line has burst over the top of the gearbox. Hello Henry.
Hello Henry, how you doing, mate?
We're gonna make our night better. It's not gone well. I'm currently working on this 996 Carrera that came in with a PSM fault and the ABS light on the dash. This can sometimes be caused by the mass airflow sensor. So we had plugged in the car and the MAF is throwing a fault. However, we have changed the MAF because we keep them in stock here. Changed over the MAF and we've still got the same fault, so we're going to have to troubleshoot into this fault to see what's causing it. So I'll flip round and I'll show you what's coming up on the dashboard. So as you can see there, obviously we've got the handbrake on and we've got the bonnet open, that's those two lights, but it's the amber light, so it's this PSM fault and the ABS one. Like I said, we did plug in the Autel, had a quick scan. It was coming up with a mass airflow sensor, but we have now ruled that out, that's the fault. So we are now plugging in the P-Wiz and digging a bit deeper to see what the fault is. P-Wiz has completed the scan now, so we're going to select all the faults and let's go to fault memory and see what's going on in here. So these are the 3 fault codes we are presented with. So load signal from the DME control unit, torque transfer from the DME, and the hot film MAF sensor. So I'm going to go away with these fault codes. I'm going to look into some values on the P-Wiz and come back with a solution to what the issue is. I had a good look over the data from the input signals into the ECU. Something doesn't seem quite right with the mass airflow sensor values. So we've already changed the MAF, that didn't cure the issue. That's just very quick and easy to rule out. I think we've got a bit of a wiring issue or possibly a DME issue, so the ECU could have a fault on it, but we're going to have to look a bit deeper into that, so follow me and I'll show you how we diagnose it. We're going to check the pin to the ECU first and work our way back. This is the mass airflow sensor plug. We've checked all the correct readings on the plug. So we know it's not a fault with any of the voltages here because they're all in spec. We then stripped out the ECU behind the seat, which I'll go to, and then check the continuity between this feed wire to the ECU. I'll plug that back in, but yeah, that that wire there goes into the ECU. Now we've gone onto here and checked the voltage, and the voltage is 1.1, 1.2 volts, which is correct for a MAF. However, on the diagnostics and what the ECU is seeing, it's only seeing 0.4 of a volt. So we have diagnosed that the fault is within the ECU, because all the values going into the ECU are correct, but the ECU is not getting the correct value. So we will open the ECU up now, have a look, see if anything's burnt out or blown, and then we'll have to send it off to an ECU repair centre and get that repaired. From a good look over the ECU, I can't see anything that's blown. That doesn't mean there's not something wrong with this. It could be a dry solder joint creating some resistance, or a chip's failed on the board. So we'll get this off to an ECU expert. Hopefully they find the fault with it and we can get it repaired and get back in the car and solve this issue. These are the two brake lines at fault. As you can see, they are heavily rusted in the clips. The problem with the 997 platforms and a majority of the Porsches are started using these panels underneath. So for MOT purposes, the brake lines are covered up and they get missed. Because if this was on a normal car, it probably would have failed MOT 2-3 years ago. But MOT standards, they're not allowed to remove any panels, so effectively the brake lines are hidden. It's another reason why taking your car in every year to a Porsche specialist, we would check all these points and make sure the car's safe. Because if this car had been hurtling down the motorway at 70, 80 miles an hour and this brake line had failed, you would have been in a scary moment, to say the least. So the customer was lucky that it happened at very low speed around town. So yeah, we're going to show you where these pipes lead to and why we've got to drop out the gearbox. While the other thing we spoke about is, you can see this coolant pipe heavily corroded and that's almost about to burst as well. So we're going to change that whilst we got the gearbox and engine out. The two rear brake lines we're replacing. One goes to this wheel and one goes to the other side. If we follow these brake lines back, this one right here goes up and over into this brake caliper. That's quite an easy one to do. However, the one that's tricky, which is why you've got to drop out the engine and the gearbox, is this one here. And you can see here, the brake line disappears up and over the gearbox and comes out just here. If I show you a spin round, comes in just there. As you can see, it's very tight and you've got no hope of replacing that brake line without dropping the engine and the gearbox. So we'll do a time lapse now of everything we take off. We'll drop the engine out with the gearbox and we'll show you where the brake line runs once we've got it out and it's a bit more accessible.
think that, you can't get much else to get that handle off, you're going to get it slower.
There we have it. 997 engine removed. It's almost like we've done that before, how smooth that come out. Almost like we're a Porsche specialist. So we can see here, these were the brake lines I pointed to earlier. That rusted through, and now we can follow it the whole way along. So this line up here, all the way up there, across there, is the one we need to replace, and it runs behind all the coolant pipes, handbrake lines, vacuum pipe. So we've got to take all that out to run the brake line behind them. And if you see up here, you can already see that the pipe is quite badly corroded up in the top there. And you can never see that without really having a good look. That's the engine out now, so we can access the coolant pipes and the brake lines we need to replace. This roughly took about 5-6 hours to get out. We did have a few seize bolts along the way, which we needed to unseize, but this is out. We're gonna get the brake lines in, change that one coolant pipe, because this side, it looks like it's already been changed sometime earlier on in his life. I believe when it had a engine rebuild, which was about 7-8 years ago, because that coolant, the right side coolant pipe, brand new, and the other one, which you can clearly see in the videos, is, you know, it's seen a lot better days from 3-4 years back. It's well past its sell by date. So yeah, we'll get this moved over there. We'll crack on. Hello, Henry.
Hello, Henry. How you doing, mate? What's underneath your car?
We're gonna make our night better.
Let's have a look. What's up here? Let's have a look in his catalytic converter.
Meow.
It's supposed to. Ooh, what's that?
Oh, that doesn't look good, does it? Oh dear.
Oh, good. Look. Oh, what's that big crack there?
Oh, that's a collapsed cap.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
I wonder why that is. Do you reckon it's something to do with the pops and bangs?
Oh no, definitely not, because he got rid of them, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, got nothing to do with that. God, pricey these, isn't they?
That sounds expensive, doesn't it?
Yeah, very expensive.
Very expensive.
Last M2 comp, there were 600 quid of downpipes, and there's 2 on this. So,
it was about 6 months editing, wasn't it?
Yeah. If you want to pay it off plus labour,
danger money.
We'll take off the tax. So
danger money, because there could be like catalytic converter dust now everywhere. Yeah, so we don't breathe that in.
And we've got to tell the police we're removing it, because there's so many thefts are going on.
Yeah, we're gonna have to inform Vosa as well.
We'll have to get Vosa and the coppers to watch us do it, and they have 500 quid a day.
Yeah. Expensive, that one.
I think it's just broken the.
It's done the camera as well.
Look, it's broken the
that
camera.
His bill. That's gone.
Because it's too hot in there from all the pops and bangs and that.
I mean, we've been on this 3-4 hours now.
Easily. That was seized. New lambda sensor.
Yeah.
Lambda.
It's
spelt that way because it's so expensive. It uses more letters in the name.
Yeah. And we've got burnt fingertips.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Have you seen the? Look at this.
Oh, look how dirty you are.
Look at this. We have to go to the spa.
Spa treatment.
Have to pay for a spa.
Spa treatment on Henry. What else could we find wrong with it?
Oh wow. I mean.
If you didn't see last week's video, this continues on from my good friends James and Henry going and buying a 986 Boxster for me. Unfortunately, I was away on holiday, so I was unable to get down there myself, but the car needed to be gone that weekend as the customer was moving house. They no longer had a garage for the car anymore, so the car had to be collected. So I sent Henry and James down.
So guys, she's a little dirty from where she's been sitting for the last week or so once we picked her up, but a good clean, and she's going to be ready to rock and roll, looking good.
They seemed like they'd done a good job. They collected the car from everything they've said, and I've already looked through the paperwork and the history. It seems like a genuine car, but...
Well done, Tux. We got it started.
I have cleared the ramp, ready for the Boxster to turn up in the morning, and let's cast my Porsche expertise eye over the Boxster and let's see what they've brought.
It's not gone well. Fuck!
It's a pretty genuine car, pretty much stacks up, but didn't have a chance to go look at it myself. So
It's all gone wrong. We think something's given way. We were out buying some meat, and yeah, it just what happened. It just went.
Yeah, just
you were driving along.
Yeah, then just all power gone. Third gear. Yeah, just had nothing.
So we've been pushing it. But yeah, we found a nice little grassy knoll for it, haven't we? Oh, no, off the road.
Safe now, at least, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's a big shame.
And obviously, just for like bad luck, we broke down on this fucking hill. So there's absolutely no chance we can push it up here. So now she lives in the tucked away in the undergrowth. The hard bargaining crew is having a rough one, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we're having a bad time.
Yeah. Where is it? Down there. Oh, look, it's all right. It didn't look great, but it's tucked away, isn't it? Off the road.
Off the road. It's safe at least, isn't it?
What a day.
What
a day.
It's been brutal, isn't it?
Another day just being hard salesman, isn't it?
It's not easy, is it?